Hi, everybody. I am here today with Deon Ridley.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Deon.
Hi.
We're so excited that Deon is going to be joining us this semester for our fall 2020 virtual DMR semester. And hopefully, we'll have DMR come and teach multiple classes this semester. But right now, we're here to talk about Dance with Deon, which is a class on Saturdays. And I wanted to let you know how fabulous Deon is and how amazing this class is going to be. And also, Deon, to just find out a little bit more about you and why students should take this particular class.
Right, absolutely. Well, first of all, let me just say I'm so happy to be back with DMR. It's always a pleasure, always a joy, always a blessing for me to come back and share my knowledge and give back to the youth that we have there at DMR. These classes are definitely. I mean, we've done classes in the past, and we work with the youth from ages 2 to like through 18 years old. But what I have learned was that a lot of these students haven't had or been exposed to some technical aspects of dance within the frame of musical theater style. So this time around, I really, really, really want to focus on, giving technique while giving repertoire from certain Broadway musicals that I've been involved in, been a part of, and also other musicals that I have not been a part of, which I will implement some original choreography to. But also really emphasizing technique, because it's so important because, I can teach a combination all day long. But a lot of times the students don't really understand how to really place themselves and use their center when they're doing a double turn or, so forth. So this time around, I really, really, really want to push that forward and also work on performance skill too as well, which is what we normally do, but really putting an extra emphasis on that this time, for sure.
That's great, Deon, and I know our students really need that. So we're going
Yes,
to
absolutely.
start, your class is going to start next Saturday, which is September
Saturday,
26th. It's going to run from, let me make sure I've got this right. It's going to run from
10:40
10:45
to
to noon
12 p.m.
on
Saturday
Saturdays.
beginning October 20th,
Yes.
September 26th to October 24th, you guys.
And so and hopefully we'll continue after that as well. And maybe we'll even add a more advanced class component for those who are ready to move up. But
Yeah,
what we have noticed, like you said, is the students really need to focus on technique, not just choreography. And this class
absolutely.
is longer than most of our other dance classes that are on Zoom. And that is so that you can get a really serious warm up, right? What are
Absolutely.
some of
Yeah.
the things that you do in a warm up?
So within my warm up, I like to implement, using your center and doing just starting from the bottom and working all the way up, just doing some simple tendus in first position through all the way to fifth position. Also, just doing some stretches to elongate our movement, but really, really, really working on the center most importantly, the center, because I think the center is the core of all dance movement, and I don't think a lot of my young artists really understands that. So I definitely want to emphasize that. But yeah, but as well, we'll just move through, just follow along, warm ups. This time I have a new playlist involved in my classes, which I'm really excited about, because I think I've worked with a lot of students and they've heard some of the same playlists from classes in the past. But while we're doing that, just really focusing in on our breathing, and just really being in tune with our body while we go through that my warm up. So yeah, definitely.
So one of the things I've noticed, Dion, that you do so well is that even when you're teaching a drop-in one-time dance class, you do
Yeah,
such a great job of giving specific notes to students so that they can make
yeah.
adjustments. And so
Well, I think that's important. I really think that's important, and that's like something that I really try to maintain in my classes because the more you give individual notes, the better. Because we can go out here to a popular dance school and take their classes, and there's like 20 students in there, and no one really gets the individual attention that they need. And for me, it's really important to really tune into each student individually, so that way they can understand what they're doing and get the input from me as a professional. So, yeah, it's very important for me to give individual criticism.
And the nice thing is that we are going to be um, doing this virtually this semester. So you
Absolutely.
can join us
Yes.
from anywhere. You don't have to be from Charlottesville, Virginia, where we're based. You could be anywhere in the world as long as you can join us at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right.
Join us. And right now, this class is for our beginning and advanced beginner students. And
Absolutely. That's
that's
right.
for grades 2 through 8. And
That's right.
as always, if you're beyond that, if you've taken 5 or more years of dance class, you can still learn from a beginner dance class. It doesn't matter how many years of dance you've had. Deon, I'm sure you've taken, and I know I've taken dance class since I was pretty much walking, but
Still
even
take
in a
classes, and
beginner
I can.
class, you can learn
Yes.
and also focus your technique. So I hope that all of our beginning and advanced beginning students, as well as some other students in grades 2 through 8, will check out this class. Deon, you mentioned that you're going to be doing some choreography from some of the musicals you've been a part of. Can you tell us some of those shows that you've been in throughout the years on Broadway or on tour?
Okay, well, I mean, well, at the moment, I am being considered as one of the choreographers for Kinky Boots at Florida State University. So that's one of my recent projects that I worked on and submitted my choreography for. Still waiting to hear back. Haven't heard a final answer, but um, yeah, that's one of my recent projects. So, of course, of course, we keep it PG, but with that, having that original material, I'd like to show the students that and put it on them and see how that works too, because there's a lot of performance elements involved in that movement. But yeah, of course, there's shows like Lion King, of course, which I've been a part of. I'd like to just kind of turn the tables a little bit because I've taught a lot of the original choreography. Now this time I want to bring some of my own flavor to it and see, what the kids are able to absorb through my original choreography, as well as other shows. And listen, please feel free to give suggestions. If the students should feel free to give suggestions if they want to do a combination from any musical that they love, Dear Evan Hansen or any show, throw it at me, and then that will give me some feedback to be inspired to do some original choreography as well.
That's great. And
Yeah.
our students have done some choreography with you from shows you've been in, like Chicago and Cats and
Yeah.
The Lion King.
Yes. That
But
was
the
a lot
nice
of fun.
thing, yes, and the nice thing about you teaching a class for multiple weeks is that you can really get to know the students and that they can give you some.
Oh my God, that's my favorite part. That's absolutely my favorite part, for sure. And
And of
listen,
course,
go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Deon directed both Shrek
I
and
was just getting ready to bring. I was just getting ready to say that. Actually, can I
Guys
say
and Dolls.
it?
And he did such a great job with those two shows. And I just like, you would not believe how far the students came. Many students who'd never
They
had stage
grew
in their
tremendously.
life.
Yes,
And
yes,
they were killing it in in Guys and Dolls, in the very serious dance numbers.
yes. Those are
And in
major dance
Shrek.
numbers.
Mhm.
Yes, 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 yes. It's funny that you mentioned that. That's something as well that I can bring back too. I think they'd have a lot of fun doing that. But those two projects were definitely special projects to me too. So
And so
thank you,
Dion,
DMR.
thank you so much for being a part of that. I
Thank you.
know that you've danced in other genres, not just on Broadway, which is
Yes.
its own amazing thing, but you have done a lot of dance in the commercial world as well,
Yeah.
including with very
Yeah.
incredible celebrities like Celine Dion and Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. Can you tell us what it's like and how your early
Mm.
dance training made it possible for you to do those jobs?
Well, the commercial, what we consider the commercial dance world, is completely different from musical theater. I think a lot of artists who are involved in the commercial dance world really comes from a natural dance background, and I think I'm one of those people. I mean, granted, I had tons of training technique wise, and but for me, I always did hip hop. I always just naturally move like that. So I think also what helped me, like for instance, my first commercial gig was the Michael Jackson show in New York City. But during that audition, it really consisted of a lot of technical moves and turns and so forth. So I had that underneath my belt, but it was really about the style and in the commercial world, you really hit movement a lot harder than musical theater performers. So it's really about style too. It's really about style. But that is also crossing over into musical theater now. For example, we got shows like Hamilton. This is something that I like to emphasize to the students as well. Now in musical theater, we're doing hip hop choreography. So now the students need to learn how to adjust to the commercial world style of dance as well, because it's like I said, it's all crossing over. If that's a possibility, I can do some work from shows like Hamilton, for which I was actually being considered for. So I have a lot of that original choreography underneath my belt, and I think that would help to make us more versatile as dance artists, for sure.
And if you're interested in taking class with Deon, please join us. You can register at
Please, right up.
dmradventures.com.
Yes.
And classes begin September 26th, Dance with Deon grades 2 through 8. Now, if you're interested, if you're more advanced or if you're older, including adults, and you're interested in training with Deon through DMR, just let me know. Email me at office@dmradventures.com, and we will try to figure out a way to get Deon to teach some other styles if that's something that you're interested in. I think I'm interested in doing some of this commercial dance, like,
Come on, join us, Melissa.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, Deon.
Thank you so
So
much for having me. It's always,
excited to have you back at DMR.
thank you.